Hi, this is John Lammers, the developer of EpicTable, and I'm bringing you an update on where EpicTable 2 stands. When we looked at this last time, we saw that I was having some issues with the right-hand side of the display here, specifically these flyouts, and there were multiple menus that were flying out, and it was causing some troubles. And so I want to show you the approach I've taken to deal with that. So first of all, let me show you one thing. The auto hide can be turned off. I need this to be a more reasonable size, but once that's turned off, then you can hide it to get out of the way, or not have it here if you want. And I'm going to drag a character onto the map for demonstration purposes. Now, a couple things. I added the ability to zoom the map by doing Control mouse wheel, which is something that people had asked for. And notice this isn't snapping, so let me show you where I've put the map settings. So they used to be here, and one of the issues was that they were getting tangled up, the flyouts for the map settings, with these game object panels and encounter panels. So what I've done is I've moved them up here and essentially brought back the ribbon. Now, the interesting thing is the ribbon technology has changed a lot since EpicTable 1. This can be very thin and leaves a lot of real estate for working with your map, and yet you get all the richness of the ribbon interface. So you can either pop it open and have it go away immediately when you go back to the map, or you can come over here and pull it down, and then it'll stay if you want to work with the map for a while. So let me show you some of the things that are going on here. You have tools like Select, Draw, and Vision Editing. If I click on Draw, I get a set of drawing shapes that I can choose from. Vision, and I get a set of the Vision Zone shapes that I can choose from. But let's go back to Select for a second. So notice there's a snap here. This is a snap to grid. I'm going to turn that on, and now when I move this guy, he's going to snap to grid. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Alright, so I have my choice between squares and hexes. I can, he'll snap to squares or to hexes. I can change the color of this if I like, or I can turn the grid off entirely. Now let's take a look at some other things here. So I can back the map with a texture. In EpicTable 1, you could only choose from textures that were pre-baked into EpicTable. In EpicTable 2, you can choose whatever you want. So, let's say that I have, what do I have here? A snow and ice texture. Whoops. So this is the EpicTable file chooser. It's warning me that it wants to resize this, so I'm going to go ahead and do that and open this up, and there. Or I can instead back it with an image. This is where you might have an image of a map that you want to back it with. So I'll bring this in. Alright, now notice this map has a grid printed on it already, so let me show the grid again. So our grid doesn't line up with their grid, and you've seen this in EpicTable 1. It's the same kind of capability here. You can change the grid size. I happen to know that this is a Christopher West map. I happen to know that he uses 90 pixel grids, so I'll change that to 90, and I'm all lined up. I do need to still get the size to grid working so that this guy will become the right size. So let's but until he does that automatically, let's see how we would deal with that. So if I click him, this new tab shows up, token, and you'll be able to switch between different token bases. This isn't hooked up yet, but essentially you'll have light, dark bases, transparent base, or you can customize the base. And we'll save that for a future video. Let's we'll mess with border in just a second, but notice right now the units are grid cells. Now I haven't tried this. Let me see if this works. If I just make him a 2x2, yeah, see, so now he's aware of the grid size. Let's look at something else. I'll turn the grid off and go back to the token menu and give this guy a border, something bright, and make this there. So the thing that I like about this is that it's, once I've completed working with it, I can get it out of the way. I can get quick access to it if I want to just change something really quickly, but it's out of my way for the most part. I think I really like this. Let me know what you think. I'll talk to you next time.